Hi, and welcome to the Your Success Personally podcast with your host, yours truly, Vanessa G, where we talk about success as defined by you. Here, we don't look at the playbook of others to bring you down. Instead, we are going to cover topics that pertain to how you, as an individual, can reach your goals and your potential. Don't look at others to define your success. You create it. Your rules, your way, and how you get there. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey, welcome back, everyone. I'm glad you have returned for another episode with me on the Your Success Personally podcast. I hope you have been making great strides in creating, fostering, and growing success in your life. So my hope today is that as we talk about success for you and myself, I want to take things a little foundational. In our last episode, I mentioned that one of the great determining factors to and for individual success is you. It is the individual person. And this is where I believe there is a correlation between self-care and success. I want to spend some time talking to you about the correlation between these two seemingly different topics. However, excuse me, I will probably be circling back to this topic and offshoots of it in future episodes. So consider this just a brief primer because even Self-Care 101 requires more time than we have today. All right, so let's jump in. Let me take a moment to talk about the care of the self. This is such a vast topic. We use this word oftentimes in quite a cavalier way. We throw it around without much thought, and for most people, we either care or don't care for people, places, and things, right? But what about yourself? Do you matter enough to think about your likes and dislikes? Do you matter enough to work to complete your goals or to determine what your passion in life is? Do you care enough to check in on your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, or financial health? And then the most important question of all is, do you really care about you? So self-care is my passion and calling. Once I understood what I had not been doing for myself, I realized I wasn't alone and what a disservice many of us are doing to ourselves. Hear me when I say, you can have success without self-care, but will it last? And know that there is a price to not caring for the self along the way. And it can affect how far you get with your success. Self-care at the start means that it is likely that you will live long enough to enjoy the success you're looking for, all right? So, to me, there is a fairly direct correlation between self-care and success. And again, how can you have one without the other? Self-care's outcome is success in a personal way. So care has to start with you. And so productivity in other areas in life can be optimal as a result. Think about the celebrities, the ones that you feel have made it, all right? And we're not talking about everyone, but there are some that are considered to have made it, meaning that they have lots of money, big homes, and notoriety. Yet they are unhappy or have been unhappy, suffer from depression, alcoholism, or substance abuse. And there are even those who have committed suicide. So in this particular episode, I just, again, want to briefly just go over some real statistics, because self-care is a topic that has been thought about, it's been researched, and as it relates to success, there is definitely information out there. So in a 2019 article that I found called "It's Official, Self-Care Leads to Long-Term Business Success," coming from Entrepreneur magazine, highlights the importance for entrepreneurs to take good self-care. And the article mentions the cost of not caring. The cost of not caring. That mentions that, and it speaks of the natural toll of trying to make a new business work, right? And that's something very real for you entrepreneurs out there. And even those who are just involved in creating a new project, in the faith world, those who are trying to get a ministry or a church up and running, there is a toll in trying to do all those things. According to the article, long days, little sleep, and working when you're sick can lead to high stress levels. Absenteeism, present absenteeism, meaning being at work but unproductive, productivity losses, and workplace accidents due to stress cost the overall business industry approximately $44 billion in the United States. Okay, cash stops flowing if you can't work. So, if because you have some sort of high stress, work-related stress levels that keep you out of the office because you are not taking care of yourself along the way, a lot of people do find that they end up out of work for a period of time, and not everyone has that luxury to get paid if they don't go to work. They don't necessarily have paid sick leave. Okay? So not only does chronic high stress affect your cognitive functions, meaning, how you think, it also reduces your accuracy. It slows down response times and the ability to make critical decisions. So, this is real stuff. Also, it's been linked in an increased risk for some people of heart disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. Finally, the article talks about how there's also a greater risk of depression compared to the general population, with business failure often associated with suicide risk. And many of these same issues come up with pastors and other church leadership in the faith community. So, and I mention that because this is something that is across the board. It really doesn't matter the industry. If you're not taking care of yourself, some of these things, these issues can come up for that particular person who's not engaging in any sort of self-care. So what should we do? Well, we should consider self-care as an investment. PricewaterhouseCoopers found that each dollar spent on workplace health meant a $14.50 return on productivity benefits. So even employers should find helping their employees practice good self-care as a benefit to their overall bottom line. When a business has to account for their employees, or more than one, who maybe they're not doing self-care because of the type of hours they're working or just the stressful nature of whatever job they have, they have to account for those employees that can't work, and it does cost. When an employee is not able to come into work, there is a cost. Some of the cost is financial, but the other costs in terms of trying to find more manpower, so to speak, to get that job done is stressful. Ask me how I know, just based on my own management experience. Another 2019 article says that we all need that fuel known as self-care. It helps us to stay grounded, and when we are falling off track, self-care redirects you back on your path. It gets you back in focus and is an investment in ourselves. So I'm going to stop right here. I really just wanted to give you some quick statistics regarding the importance of self-care. And it's just a little bit what I'm presenting. There is so much on this topic. And what I'd like to do next time is, just follow up with some self-care tips that might be a little different than what you're expecting. I know when the word self-care comes up, there are lots of thoughts that one gets in mind, but I have some other thoughts about self-care that we all can do. So I'm hoping that this particular episode was helpful to you. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. And again, take good self-care. Bye now. So we've come to the end of our time together today. I hope our discussion was helpful to you. I wish you positive vibes and encourage you to do you as you climb the ladder of success. Don't forget to give me a great rating here on iTunes. If you are really loving this, please subscribe and join the success journey. For more encouragement along the way, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Your Success Personally. And remember, your success by your rules. Bye.